Hi Mark, based on your observation with auction success, what are your feelings about the market right now, and why do you think people still should use auction?
Yeah, thanks Michelle. There's so much public statistics and attention on auctions, good and the bad, and so it's very easy in this market for people to look at the bad side of auctions, and we never of course guarantee that there will be 100% of the auction properties sold, and so a lot of owners say, well, that's not a very good result. If I don't sell my house on the day, it can be embarrassing or negative or just not a very good thing for me. But it's really important to understand the statistics on the other side of the properties that are not going to auction and what's happening out there in the marketplace with those. So I was looking last month in Christchurch Metro, Christchurch City, there was 637 sales in April, but there's about 2,100 listings on Trade Me. So that's about 30% of the stock selling. So there's 3 months or more than 3 months worth of stock on the market. So you've got to ask yourself as an owner, do you want to have a 50% chance of selling in 3.5 weeks, or do you want a 30% chance of selling and it potentially taking 3 months? So that's when you look at the numbers in their full level that you can see that auction's still a really strong way to sell your home.
And also, what's the percentage of those properties got passed in but then got sold straight after the auction,
Yes.
like within 1 week or so?
So we track that too, and there's really good tidy up between what happens on the auction day and, as you say, maybe 7 to 21 days afterwards. We typically are seeing another 25% of the auction properties that we see not sell at auction being under offer or even sold straight away in those few days to week, maybe 2 weeks afterwards.
So if we combine those together, we actually get a faster and better result.
Yes.
And the percentage combined together is roughly about 75%.
That's correct.
It's actually really good. And another thing is quite a frequently asked question from the vendors is the feedback report. We give the vendors, sometimes the buyers see a price that they want to pay, and the vendors are thinking, oh, maybe pips more than the price feedback from the buyers, because buyers could be liars.
That's right. That's the saying in real estate, isn't it? An old saying that the buyers are liars, and they might be telling you in the open homes and during your callbacks that the feedback is maybe 8 to 850. Normal story is that the owners think their home is worth 900, but quite often the case is that the buyers are in fact very genuine and honest. They don't want to pay as much as they possibly can because, believe it or not, the buyers genuinely want to pay as much as they can to secure a home. They want to pay a fair price, but quite often at the moment they're being stuck with the banks in terms of how much money they can borrow, cost of living, all of those sorts of things mean that actually a lot of the time the bidding on auction day gets to 8 to 850. Maybe 860, but an owner that's prepared and has listened to the reality of the market is putting themselves in a position to meet the market and be able to move on. And sometimes they can emotionally buy their home back if they keep thinking that their home is worth 900, because it's just not. In a market, there's always a party that is bridging the gap, we say. In a very good market, the buyers must bridge the gap to get the price up to the price that the owners want. And they have to, because they are in competition and they have fear of missing out. In this market, it's the opposite. So typically it's the owners that have to bridge the gap. They have to meet the market to the market where the buyers are, because at the moment the buyers are spoilt for choice and they're comparing 3-4 properties, and so the owners are competing for that one buyer for their home.
Absolutely. And what do you think about the stock level right now in the market?
There's certainly good stock levels out there, although we're coming into May now that normally we would see the listings start to fall away, but if I look at our auction bookings and how many properties we have coming to the market, there is still a good amount of stock coming. So there's plenty of choice out there for the buyers, but that just means that as owners they've got to choose their agent really well, which is why they would want to choose you, Michelle, but also make sure that their marketing is very good, because they've got to get eyeballs onto their home, onto their product instead of the competition.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Michelle.
That's really helpful.
Cheers.
Thank you.